Okay, my senior guest tonight, first one is Gabi A to Z Runde. Always called her A to Z because she's very good at doing everything from A to Z on the basketball court. So Gabi, thanks a lot for sharing a few minutes with us here on, I call them senior basketball exits, but interviews. A couple of personal questions first. Favorite TV show, as we find out a little more about you.
I like Stranger Things. It's a new TV show.
Yep. Favorite movie?
Titanic.
Yep, that's what you list. Favorite restaurant and food?
Oh boy, I just like ice cream.
Yeah.
Anywhere with ice cream.
What kind of car do you drive, Gabi? So if we see you around town, we'll know.
I used to drive a 97 Camry, but we upgraded and now I drive a 2011 Chevy Equinox.
Okay. Let's go on to some other questions. Gabi, I asked on a questionnaire, what would you like to do for the world if you could?
Spread positivity.
Yeah, you said spread positivity and kindness and that. Mm-hmm. Those are some good thoughts. You've also had James, who I coached, your older brother James, as well as your sister Rosie and that. What kind of influence have they had on you over the years, as well as helping you go through high school and that?
Well, I don't know. I grew up in the gym watching my brother all the time, and they're on one with my sister too. And competitiveness, I guess. As a sibling and you're the youngest, I don't know. There's always competition, so they helped me ease into loving basketball and getting into other sports as well, I guess.
Yeah, that was pretty cool because I know you've kind of grown up with me too since I coached games and that. Where'd you always sit for the games?
Probably behind the bench.
Right behind the bench, and there was little Gabi Runde just taking it in, right?
Yeah.
So do you think that helped at all, just watching all the basketball that you have and listening to?
Yeah, I would say so. I don't know, all the experiences that they went through, I guess I watched that and carried over a little bit, I guess.
Okay. Good. Why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the other activities you've done through high school, Gabi?
I am a part of band, so marching band every fall. It's like a sport, carrying a huge harness on you all the time. And the clubs that I'm in are Model UN, which is Model United Nations. It's where you are a country and you go to different conferences, sit in committees and talk about United Nations and kind of do what they do with world politics, I guess. And student council, NHS, kind of ambassadors. I try to spread my time around, but it's a little busy. So.
Right. As you people can see, though, that Gabi's involved in a lot of different things, as well as what other sports, Gabi?
Volleyball and soccer.
All right, so basically you're year-round, right?
Yes.
Yeah, very good. And I can tell I know you've won various awards too, but I just want to get on to some other questions. What do you think, what are some of life's lessons that you've learned from high school and athletics and that? Some things that would help you become a better person in the future?
For being a better student, I'd say time management, because it's just so many things going on at once, and trying to figure out when you have practice and then you have marching band practice after that, and then you have to come home, maybe eat dinner with your parents, or they throw in a frozen pizza for you at 9 o'clock when you finally get home. It's I don't know, trying to fit in all of the homework and everything is a lot, but also teammate wise and probably selflessness, I would say. Knowing that it's not just all about you and that other people on the team. And especially since I never had aspirations going to college, I know that a lot of people on my team want to go play athletics at college, so I help shine the spotlight more on them because I want to help them strive to get to where they want to go.
I'm going to tell you, doing this interview, I just got goosebumps because that's really the sign of a really neat person and shows that what kind of a success you're going to be in life, as well as the type of upbringing you've had. So kudos to your parents also with that kind of comment. What if you maybe had one word to describe just your basketball experience?
I would say maybe family, I guess.
Okay.
You're around them a lot, so you get really closer than I am with my other sports.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. What might be your proudest moment, whether it be in sports or school or whatever, that you can think of during your high school years?
Oh boy.
Really proud moment. I can tell you probably have had multiple ones, but what's something you're really proud of that you've done through high school?
Probably my last soccer season, I would say. I was proud of that one. Just because, I don't know, I thought we played well and developed as a player and went into more of like a leadership role in soccer. And
Okay.
yeah.
Good. I think you can say this is the type of person Gabi is, having a hard time picking out one because there's so many, but like you said, you're pretty selfless, so put it on others. What about your future plans, Gabi? What are you going to be doing next year?
Next year, probably, I always say on the senior exit thing, it's like attending a college that I love, figuring out what I want to do, like into something that I love. So I've never really like decided exactly where I want to go yet, but I just got accepted into Marquette.
Good for you.
And
That's great.
I applied to other schools like UW-Madison and Minnesota Twin Cities, but yeah, solely for academics only. Athletics, I don't know, I just never had aspirations to go play somewhere.
So time to move on to the next chapter in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very similar. I have a son who kind of went that same route.
Yeah,
and that.
James and Rosie both did that. So.
Yeah, I think so too, and just sounds to me like you've just had a wonderful high school experience just doing a variety of things, and time to move on now. I'm going to actually give you a chance right now, as I do with all the senior interviews I did last year, and that the microphone or the time is yours right now. Final shout-outs to family, community members, coaches, anything. What are some final words you'd like to just, kind of look in the camera and say to McFarland about your experience here?
I'd probably like to shout out to all the younger girls that are in basketball, and I want them to like stick with it, because I know as it goes on, it's like the sport that kind of dwindles off and not many girls stick with it. So I would say definitely like keep your head up and keep on trying for basketball, because in the long run the program is really strong, and I think that there are people in the program that'll like help you become a better person as well. So.
What about dedication and continuing to work at it for those that right now seem to be a little behind in that, as far as catching up? What would your advice be to them?
Probably just to, gosh, I don't know.
Is it more than just sticking, being a starter all the time?
Oh, no, it's role plays. I always like to role players better than the star on any team, because they do all the stuff that like goes unnoticed, and until they're sick or they're out of game, you don't really know how much they really matter. So
I'll tell you what, why don't you kind of wave to the camera? This will be your final little wave. And that. I'll tell you what, Gabi, from me on that, it's been really proud. I'm very proud of you, and it's been a lot of fun watching you grow up as I have.
Exactly.
In that. From a little girl up to now, you're a very mature young lady in that, so it really gives me a sense of pride to say that. So from all of us, I want to say, stay healthy, which I always say that's very important. Make sure to make good choices, which I'm sure you will do, and don't forget McFarland, which I'm sure you won't, because you're a very special person. You've really represented our community well. So hats off to you, Gabi Runde. And any final shout out?
I don't know. You always say shout out to like my Uncle Buck in Missouri.
There you go.